In 1976, a young woman named Linda Slaten disappeared in Oregon. There were no witnesses, no arrests, and for decades, no answers. Her case went cold, not because the truth was gone, but because it was buried. In 2023, nearly half a century later, the truth finally surfaced. This is Linda Slaten's story. Linda Slaten was not famous. She wasn't powerful. She wasn't someone the world expected to remember. She was a young woman living in Oregon in the mid-1970s, a time when hitchhiking was common. Trust came easily, and danger often went unrecognized. Linda was described by people who knew her as quiet but kind, independent, trying to find her footing in a world that didn't offer many safety nets for young women back then. She had plans, nothing extravagant, just the simple hope of a steady life. But in 1976, Linda vanished. No wudbye, no note, no trace. On the day Linda Slaten disappeared, nothing seemed unusual. She was last seen traveling along Oregon highways, a route she had used before. Like many people at the time, she relied on rides from strangers. It was risky, but in the 1970s, it didn't feel that way. That decision placed her in the path of the wrong man, someone who would carry this secret for nearly 5 decades. His name was Roger Dale Williams. At the time, he was just another man on the road. No criminal reputation, no alarm bells. He picked Linda up. What happened next would stay hidden for 47 years. Inside his vehicle, something changed. Roger Williams did not help Linda. He attacked her. The crime was sexual in nature, driven by control, violence, and opportunity, not passion, not confusion, but choice. When Linda resisted, when she tried to escape, Williams made another choice. He killed her. Linda Slaten was murdered in Oregon in 1976. After the killing, Roger Williams did what many offenders believe will protect them. He disposed of her body in a remote area. No marquer, no grave, just the hope that time would erase her. For years, it worked. Linda became a missing person, then a forgotten one. Williams returned to his life. He worked, he aged, he lived freely, and Linda remained silent because she was never found. Decades passed. Investigators retired. Leads dried up. The case sat untouched. Linda Slaten's name became another file in a cabinet. Another woman who disappeared in the 1970s. Another story without an ending. Roger Williams never confessed. He told no one. And as the years went on, he likely believed he had won. Years later, human remains were discovered in Oregon. They were weathered, incomplete, easy to overlook. But forensic science had changed. Advances in DNA testing and genetic genealogy allowed investigators to do something impossible in 1976. They identified the remains. The name returned. Linda Slaten. After decades, she was no longer missing. She was found. DNA from the remains was entered into modern databases. Family connections emerged. A trail formed, not to Linda, but to the man who killed her. The evidence pointed back to Roger Dale Williams. By this time, Williams was no longer alive. He had died years earlier. But death does not erase guilt, and it does not erase truth. Investigators uncovered information that Williams had admitted involvement privately before his death. Not publicly, not to police, but enough to confirm what the DNA already proved. Roger Dale Williams murdered Linda Slaten. The motive was simple and horrifyingly common. Sexual violence, followed by silencing the victim. No misunderstanding. No accident. A deliberate crime. In 2023, Linda Slaten's case was officially solved. Not with handcuffs, not with a trial, but with certainty. Her family finally had answers. Her name was cleared from the list of the unknown, and the man responsible was named. Some people ask why it matters when a killer is already dead. It matters because truth restores dignity. It matters because Linda was not a rumor, she was a person. It matters because silence protects criminals, not victims. And it matters because cold cases are not failures. They are unfinished conversations. Linda Slaten did not get justice in court, but she got the truth. And the truth waited quietly for 47 years. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told carefully, without noise, without exploitation, subscribe to Truth Trove Stories. Because some stories don't end. They wait.